Hi there, welcome to this tutorial. This is a master class where you will learn how to edit videos with Canva. Even if you are a beginner, this class is going to take you from a beginner to a pro level video editor as far as Canva is concerned. I'm going to show you everything I've learned about Canva video editing, and then you're going to learn this, especially if you are into our faceless videos or you are into faceless channel, you want to create faceless videos. This tutorial is certainly going to help you start as soon as you wish. Okay, so now you want to give me all the attention necessary, and then not just that, you want to like this video, you want to comment, you want to share it, because this is supposed to be a paid class, but I decide to make it free because I really want to help with the little I have. All right, so let's get into it. So first of all, you want to get to Canva. You want to open your Canva and then look for videos. Here we have YouTube videos. That's exactly what we want. All right. So you click on that. It's going to take you to the video editing interface in Canva. All right. Okay. Here, as you can see here, it usually opens a white background for us, which we can change anytime. All right. So here, let's just have a brief overview of the key elements, the key tabs that you're going to use in the course of your editing. Okay, so if you come to the first one, which is design, this design actually have to do with the template that you can pick here and start editing your video as soon as you want. But I don't recommend using templates here, because if you are making faceless videos for YouTube, you definitely want to start from the scratch, because you have the script, you have everything you want. You don't want to pick from anybody's template. You want to start with your own. All right, except that template resonate with exactly what you want to do. That's when you should go for the template, but I think you should start from the scratch. Okay. All right, so now let's start with the element tab. This is where you're going to find anything you want. All right, the images you want, the video clips, the shapes, the graphics, all the things you're going to find, you will look for them here in the element tab. You can simply enter the keyword here and search for whatever you want from this hub. All right, so you go down here, you're gonna see a lot of stuff, features and shapes, and the rest of the stuff that are included right here. Okay, that is it for element. Element is to find whatever you're looking for. Then if you come down to this other part, which is text, you're gonna find all the text format, the template that you probably want if you want to add text to your video and so on. Okay, here we have brand kits. This is where you can add a brand asset to your video. If you have brand assets like logos, you have colors that you prefer, you have fonts, okay, you have brand voiceovers, whatever it is that you want to add to this to your video, you can add from this brand. All right, this is where your brand asset will be stored on Canva. So if you come down to this other part, we have upload. This is where you upload images, videos, and audios to your project, so you can use them whenever you want. As you can see here, these are the things I've uploaded so far. All right, then you can also upload from Google Drive, and also you can drag and drop your clip or file right here, and it's going to save it, whether it's images, videos, or audio. All right, so to upload, you just click on this upload file here, and it's going to take you to your computer where you need to find whatever file you're looking for, and then click on open, and it's going to upload it to Canva. That is that for the upload. Next, we have this tools here. You're going to draw whatever you want to draw from here, whatever you want to draw, whatever it is that you want to draw from here, or whatever shape or whatever stuff you just want to do. Pick the pen. After clicking there, you can pick the pen, the color of the pen you want, and then you start drawing whatever you want to draw from here. So that is what the tool is all about. The color, you can change the color right here. And again, we have table, you can use table here. You can add text, which is for text box, and the rest you can see here. You can add all of that to your video. So we want to undo all this because we haven't started editing a video yet. So we want to undo all of this. So just click on that to undo. or you can use your keyboard, which is Control Z, to undo whatever is there. There are a lot of stuff to explore here on Canva. All right, now let's move on to this other part. Here is the timeline where you're going to see the pages, the clips, the files you've added to your video. If you click on this plus sign, it's going to keep on adding pages, all right, to your video. You can simply click here to undo, or you can click Control Z to undo all of them. Then you can also click Control D to duplicate the pages. It's as simple as that. If you want to duplicate the pages, just click on the page you want to duplicate and then click Control D. It's going to duplicate the pages for you. Okay, moving on, here is where you can zoom into your projects. Okay, whatever it is, you can zoom into your project, reduce the size and so on. And then if you come over here, you're going to find the pages that you've added to this video. As you can see here, you can also go ahead to add pages from here. Other things I want to show you is that you can change the background from here. Yeah, all right, you can change the background to whatever color you want. Here is to increase the duration of the video or the clip. As you can see now, I'll increase the duration. You can reduce the duration of it. Here, position is going to show you all the clips that are included in this editing. All the files that you've added to this video is going to appear here. All right. Now we are done with the overview. We want to get into the video editing proper. All right. So let's get to the next session. Hey guys, welcome to session number 2. Here we're going to go into the editing proper, where you learn how to use these tabs here on Canva, how to use them properly and how to use them for your video editing, what you need to know about them. Okay, we're going to get into that right now. So let's get started. First of all, we talk about the background. So you can change the background. Just click here to change the background to whatever color you want, or you can change it with image. So let's come over to the side and then search for background, right? You can be specific what type of background you're looking for. If you're looking for paper background, fine. Okay, let's say paper background. All right, so you can see here, it's already suggested here. So we can go for paper background, maybe something like this or whatever color you want to use. Okay. Okay, let's use the video. Just scale it to fill the entire space, or you can just right click and then scroll down to where it says replace background, right? Click on that and it's going to automatically fill up the entire canvas. Okay, now our background is set, and then if you're satisfied with that, that's quite fine for you, but I don't like the background is distracting in case you want to make a video. So we're going to remove that and then we're going to replace it with something else. I love this. I think I can go with this guy. So click on this and then come over to replace background, and it's going to fill in. Then in this background, if you don't like the texture, just simply come over to edit. Then when you come over to edit, you need to go to adjust. And then here, you can adjust the temperature of it. Okay. Adjust the temperature, the tint, the light, which is brightness if you want. Whatever you want to do. Okay. I like adding this guy here. Okay, beautiful. Now we have a background set. And then if we want to duplicate this background, just right click and then come over to where it says duplicate, or you press Control D to duplicate the background. All right. So we are done with setting a background. Next is to add another element. So let's come over here, the element tab, and then let's search for whatever we want to add. Let's say we want to add an image. Let's say soldier. You come to photos. Okay, so we have the soldier with a dog. Okay, so we want to extend this to fill the entire space. Great. So here, if we don't want this background, we can remove this background, all right, by coming to where it says BG remover at the top here. As you can see here, we have BG remover right here at the top. So you can just click on that and it's going to remove the background, leaving the image there for you. You can see that. Okay. Okay. So the background is removed. As you can see here, the background has been removed. So we have just this guy and the dock right here. Let's come over to this other part. Let's undo this, and now we go back. Okay, let's use the magic grab box. You click on it, then you come over to this part. You just want to go front. Then here we have magic grab here. This is magic grab. You click on it. Okay, you're going to grab an element from this thing. So it's already showing you what you can grab. If you want to grab the dock, no problem. You want to grab this one, no problem. So we can grab any of those. So let's just say we want to grab this. Okay, so we're going to click on grab. You just have to give it a little time, process the image, all right, and grab whatever you want to grab from there. As you can see right now, this image has been detached from this background, as you can see here. Use that is not correctly done because we missed an on the dock neck. I don't know why we missed that, but it worked well with some images. If you add animation here to this guy, see that it's going to come in here and balance on this background like it's natural. Okay, so that is how to grab something out of the background, separate an image from the background. All right, so let's undo this. Just click on this undo, or you can use Ctrl Z to go back. Okay, yes, we're fine now. Okay, that is it for the magic grab. Next, we want to talk about this flip here. This flip will actually turn this image to the opposite side, right? From this side to this side, that's what it does. So if you click on it now, we have the horizontal flip and we have the vertical flip. So if I click on the horizontal flip, the cigar, the dog is at this other side and this soldier is at the other end. All right. Now vertical is going to turn it upside down. All right. So basically you want to use this, which is the horizontal most of the times to flip your images to align whatever you're doing. Here other side, we have the transparency. So you can literally increase the transparency or reduce it if you want. Here is where you can add animation to your videos or images. Okay. Just come here. You're going to find tons of animation style that you definitely could love. Okay, talking about this animation, I've told you about this position before. That means right now we have about 2 clips in this video. We have about 2 elements. One is the background and the next one is the image we just added, which is this guy here. All right, so that is how you see what's going on. So you can literally change it, right? Like this wouldn't work because this guy is already saving as a background. As you can see here is the background, so you can change it. But in some cases, if we had more elements, we can literally arrange the position the way we want. You get the point? So you have to come here and then you need to choose these layers to arrange the position of your elements the way it works. You get it? Okay, now we're done with that. Let's talk about transition. Let's say you want to move smoothly from one clip to the next. Let's say we had a clip here. Click on plus sign and it's going to show us a blank clip. Okay, we want to add an element to this. So let's say we need this video added to this. So we have this video added to this. We need to scale it up. See, this is doctors working, surgeon or doctors, whatever it is. And here we have the duration of it. So we want to cut out this duration because it's too long. Just click on it and then come over to where we have splits. Okay, come over to where we have splits and it's going to split this. Then you can delete it from here. So now we have this. You can also trim it here. Okay, so you understand the difference between trimming and splitting. So trimming is this where you have to drag it closer or extend it. That's trimming. And then splitting is where you have to cut somewhere in the middle or any part of it. Oh, okay. So we have 2 clips basically. What we need to do now is to add transition. So when you come to this space, just in between here, you're going to find 2 icons. This first icon is to add page. If you want to add a clip in between these 2, you want to use this plus icon. But if you want to add a transition to smoothly move from one clip to the next, you want to click on this other icon. So if you click on it now, if I click on it now, you're going to see the different style of transitions available here for you to choose from. Okay, as you can see right here, see the different kind of transition we have, so you can use it. Okay, you can use any of them. I actually love this guy because of how smooth it runs. Okay, just click on this, then choose this. As you can see now, then here you can increase the duration, right? You can increase the duration or reduce it. Okay, I love it moving slowly, so I want to keep it at 2. Then you can also change the direction of this. All right, as you can see now, up, down, up, so. As you can see now, beautiful, right? Okay, you can change the direction of it right there. Okay, we're done with that transition. The next thing I want to show you is we want to use a markup. Now, to add a markup, let's say we add a different page right here. I want to change the color to white or something like this. Okay, just for doing this. Okay, now let's get to elements. And then if you scroll down here, what I want to show you is this markup right here. Okay, so let's click on that. Okay, excellent. We have different thing here we call markup. Okay, so let's use this. Let's get rid of this. Now see this, we have this image right here. This is a video, right? Not just an image, it's a video. Okay, so let's say we want to add something to this guy. We want to come over to this element. Let's say we want to search for soldier. Just drag it in a Jovi Joyce, just drag it now and drop it there. Now this is how to use mop-up. Now I have been able to insert the image into this laptop right away. So if I should play right now, see that it's going to pop in with that image. Okay, so that is how to actually use mop-up for your videos when you're creating videos. Okay, now we're done with the second section of this video. Let's move down to section number 3. Hey, welcome back to section number 3 of Canva video editing tutorial. So in the last session, which is section number 2, we talked about background removal, adjustment, and then we talked about mop-up, transition, trimming, and splitting, including cropping, flip, and transparency. So if you've not watched the last session, I recommend you do so. Let's start this third session with overlays, how we can use overlays in our videos. Overlays are actually when you add a video to another video that is already on the background. You add a video on top of it. That's what we call overlays. It could be a shape, it could be pictures, it could be another video, or whatever it is. So let's see how we can do that with Canva. All right, so here is the mop-up we got. We don't want to use that anymore, so we can simply remove that. Okay, so we still have these 2 clips that we started. So we want to add an overlay to this guy. So let's start with B-roll. B-roll include videos, pictures, and shape. These are called B-rolls. Okay, so to add that, maybe a B-roll to this guy, we can simply say we want to add a video to it. All right, this is what we mean by B-roll. Another video is added to this. All right, now it's not okay to just add a B-roll this way. It doesn't make sense. Okay, so what I do is to first of all add a frame. So how do you do that? You come over to element. Okay, here element, you just search for frames, and then you enter, and then you're gonna see or find tons of frames here. You see all? So as you can see here, we have a lot of frames right there. These frames will allow you to have a border around whatever you're doing. Okay, so these are frames. So let's say we want to use this guy. Okay, just put it somewhere here. And now we can go back to element and then let's remove this and let's search for what we used earlier. Okay, this guy, just drag it into the frame like this. Okay, drag it into the frame just like this. So all right, so you have this, as you can see here. Now we can play around this frame. Just go to border here, and then you can increase the border. Okay, as you can see here, you make it visible, right? You can also change the color from here. Come here, let's say we want to use yellow, you want to use the white, whatever color you want to use, you can just change that color right there. Does it make sense? Makes sense. It's better than before. Okay, so as you can see, you can just drop it somewhere that it's a bit visible, right? So you can add animation to this if you want. This like that. You can make the animation on enter. Let it be on enter only. Okay, you can extend the duration of it. Oh, sorry, that's speed. Great. So you can choose the direction. So yeah, that is it. Wanted to show some way, just grab it and then you're gonna just trim it to where you want it to start. Okay, this is then you replay it. Now you see that it's gonna start somewhere, not from the beginning. Okay, see where it shows up now. You can do the same with pictures and shapes. All right, to add text to your video. Let's say want to add text here, somewhere here. Just come over to this part where you have text here. Okay, and then you can add maybe heading, subtitles, or subheading, and so on to say want to have this. Then drag it to where you want it to be. As you can see, where you want it to appear, right? Want it to appear somewhere here. Okay, so you can just add your text right here, wherever you want to type there. Let's say gallant soldier, he's back. You can play around this guy. Okay, so here you can increase the font. You can change the font type. You can increase the font size or reduce it. Here you can change the color. Of course, we want to do that. Change it to white. Okay, then you can make it bold, make it italic, and the rest of the stuff right there. And then we want to add a shadow to this. So you click on this, and here you have effects. Okay, you click on that effects, gonna find shadow right here because we want it to be visible. Okay, so you click on shadow, it make it blur, and it's white, so we don't need white. We need the shadow to be black. We need a black shadow. Okay, directions, we can just leave it there, blur, and then transparency, you can reduce that. We can maybe simply use the outline. The outline, it's just to add a kind of border around the letters. Okay, so we can use black. Okay, after that we can come to thickness, we can make it thick, and then you can also add a background to it if you want. That is what you want. You can add a background and so much other effect that you can use right here. So aside that, you can also come here for spacing, line spacing, and letter spacing. Which one works for you? I need the letter spacing, guess. Okay, that is beautiful. Next is that we can add animation to this guy. So let's pick from here. We can add animation from here, going with this. So I love this. Okay, then aside that, you can also add captions. All right, here is where you can add captions. Okay, but first of all, before you start adding this caption, you need to upload your voiceover. You need a voiceover, and then you need the video to be a whole. The video must be in a whole. It must not be a part, like splitted. So what you need to do is, after you finish editing with your voiceover, you have to export the video and then re-import the video, then go straight to adding captions. Doing it that way will make it perfect. Okay, look great for you. All right, so that is that for section 3. Let's move down to the next section, which is section 4. All right, guys, so welcome to the next session of Canva video editing tutorial. Of course, I think this should be the 4th section, if I'm not mistaken, because I actually took a long break. Okay, in our last session, we talked about overlays. Overlays include something like this, where you have to place an image or a video on another video in the background. That's what we call overlays. Now, in this section, we are going to discuss about movement. Movement is very important that we need to treat it separate from other sections. All right. Movements include transition, animation, zoom in and zoom out. Unfortunately, in Canva, there is no zoom in and zoom out effect. And that's the reason why we have talked about these movements separately, because of the zoom in and zoom out. Okay, so we talked about this. This is what we call transition, the transition between one page and the other, or to move from one page to the other, from one clip to the other, is called transition, like here. All right, this is transition. But to show up an element on the screen, maybe while the background video is there, you want to show up an element like this. That is animation. A element can animate in or out, all right, or can move from here to another place. That's what we call animation. For instance, here we have this text. As you can see here, the text show up. Okay, that is animation. As you can see, this other element shows up this way. That is what we call animation. All right, and in Canva, we also have what is called custom animation. This is where you have to tell the app, the element, where you want your tell the app where you want your element to be taken to. Okay, that is custom animation. So we're going to deal with that in a bit. But first of all, let's talk about the zoom in and zoom out effect. We don't have that in the collections of animation here in Canva. We don't have the zoom in and zoom out effect. If we come to animation, you won't find anything like zoom in and zoom out. Okay, so we have to create that effect ourselves. But we're going to make use of an animation here and a very few tricks. Okay, so let's deal with that. Let's say we want to add a page to this guy. Okay, we add a page, and then let's say we want to add another element. Let's pick this video and then increase it. Okay, all right, so we have this video, and then we want to do a kind of zoom in effect. First of all, let's say we want to cut this clip into two. Yeah, we use splits. All right, so we've been able to split it. Let's reduce the size of this to this. Yeah, this is good. So now we have this and this. What we need to do now is, after splitting this into two, all right, you could use two different images, but if you need it to be that smooth, it need to be something that's related to each other, right? Of course, if you have an image or a video of someone talking, you want to zoom into the person's face, it's going to be one video, right? One particular clip. So now we have this guy, and then we want to zoom from here to here. Okay, so you're going to go to transition right here. When you go to transition, it's going to show you this different transition method. What you want to do is this match and move. So just click on match and move, and then increase it to let's say 2.5, and leave it at 2.5. Okay, yeah, 2.5, and see what is going to happen. You're going to see the zoom in effect will be so small. Okay, yeah, let's play that. You see that? Very smooth. So that is how to achieve zoom in and zoom out effect. If you want to zoom the image to come back to the original size, or you want to even go deeper, all right, let's say we split this guy. Okay, so now we split this. Let's add a transition. Okay, before we add a transition, let's zoom in this other clip here. Okay, all right, so after that, the next thing is to add match and move transition to this. Okay, beautiful. Now we can increase the duration to 2.5. Great. So let's play and see what the results is like. Okay, that's the zoom out effect, right? See how smooth it is. And then a zoom in effect. So that is how you can achieve the zoom out and zoom in effect in Canva. It doesn't exist anywhere through a preset. This is how one of the way you can get it. All right. After this, the next thing we want to do is custom transition or the custom animation. That's the next thing we want to do. So let's say we need a page here. We want to add something to this page, or let's change the color to white. Okay, here. Now let's have an object added today. You can use an image, you can use a video, all right? So let's say we're looking for something that has to do with soldiers. Okay, like this guy now, we want to move it from one position to another as it is right here, right? So let's say what you want to do is to click on it. We want to move it from there to this point. Okay, first is to click on it, then come to where you have animation. Then when you click on that, you want to go to this place called create an animation. So you click on that, then it's going to open. All you need to do is just do what is illustrated here, right? Just drag the element to where you want it to be. Okay, so just click on the element and click Control and then drag it to where you want it to be. Oh, sorry, it is not straight. And I think we have to do this again because it doesn't make sense. Okay, now to have it on a straight line, we need to press Control and Shift key together. All right, so let's try that. Great. Now you see the line is straight, right? Good. To have it on a straight line. Okay, now that is done, you see how straight the line is. So that's not all. You come over to this place here, and then when you click on it, this drop down, you're going to find original, smooth, and steady. So depending on whatever I want, I think for me, the steady will be fine, right? The steady will be fine. Great. And then if you try the smooth, it's also fine, but it's just going to slow and then go faster and slow down again. It's just like when you are doing keyframe curves with CapCut. So this is okay. So that is how to achieve movement along the screen. Okay, in this next session, we're going to talk about how to add music and sound effect to your video in Canva. So you want to come over to where you have element right here. When you come about to element here, you're going to find audio right here. Okay, let's say we're looking for whoosh. Okay, whoosh sound effect. You're going to use this a lot of times. So you search for whooshes. Now you're going to go under audio. Yes, you're going to find whooshes. You can go ahead to play them and listen to them. Okay. Then have these to any of this transition. Say from here, want to add a transition to this guy here. So you need to come here and start playing. Okay, now this is this. We have this ready. So let's play it and see what we're gonna have. Okay, I think that was too early, so just think it's somewhere here. Okay, very good. So that is how to add sound effect to your Canva video. Okay, you can add sound effect to these other ones. Okay, now you want the zoom in and zoom out effect, you can go ahead and add sound effect. Now if you're looking for music, just the same way you have the sound effect, you can just search for background music. Okay, as for background music, okay, see background music here, then you come to audio, you're gonna find tons of background music available for you to get started with. All right, if you have your own specific background music, you can just go to upload here and click here, and it's going to take you to your computer, and then you can upload your music file or your background music file here, or you can just simply drag and drop your music file here and then drag it to this point. Oops. When you're done creating your video, the next thing you want to do is to come over to where you have shared here. And here, if you want to create a template is simply a kind of file that is editable. You can share to someone to edit however they want, right? Any other person can edit. Anybody that has access to the templates can edit your work anyhow they want it, right? So to make it a template, you just want to click here, see all, and then come over to where it says template link right here. So when you click on template link, it's going to create a link for you to share with your friends for them to try out your animation. But if you want to save it to your file or to your computer, just download it right here. Okay, download it and then set it at MP4. Other formats, set it at MP4 and then choose a page. Choose the pages you want or all the pages. You can just allow it there and then download your file. So that is how it is. That is how you can get all those things done. This tutorial is actually for free. You need more in-depth tutorial, maybe one-on-one tutorial on how to use Canva to create faceless videos. I mean, amazing faceless videos. Don't forget to join my program, One Creator Blueprint. I'm going to share with you all that you need to start creating content using Canva. Just Canva, not just the video. You're going to create your own personal product and a course from what I offer in One Creator Blueprint. So I think you don't want to miss that. You want to be a part of something bigger. So let's see you there. Have a great day.